So, I've recorded a lot of calls today. Without someone in person to help me, I have to post it on the internet. Without people addressing the safety issues and concerns that I have to do this from a distance. It is unsafe for me to be in Chapel, Nebraska. Meanwhile, people keep saying, well, why don't you move here? Why don't you move there? It doesn't matter where I move. The fact is, anyone can commit a crime against me and get away with it. My entire life, people have been doing this to me. My entire life. My entire life, I have had to do these things alone. My entire life, I have had to deal with courts who want to go out of their way to outright lie, and it's fine because I don't have the money for a fucking lawyer. With all of these places that I have gone in to speak with them, I have recorded it. I need help going through everything and processing it so I can fucking turn it in. But without someone to help me to do that, I'm fucked. Anyone can harm me at any point in time. With the situation with Natalie Bollinger, for an entire goddamn year before she was fucking killed, I tried to show the evidence. For an entire goddamn year. This is how homeless males are treated. It doesn't matter what fucking courtroom. Anyone can make false charges at any point in time and pretend that you're a fucking monster. Me asking a question is not a threat against someone's life. Leslie Snell wants to pretend that I would harm her. Pretend. And this judge already, due to his actions and him going out of his way to not understand the safety issues with Scott DaCosta and that they do present a safety risk for me in Chapel, Nebraska. They do present a safety risk for me. Now, Joan Hanson saying something different when my autism advocate is on the phone. That's nice. That's real nice. Which is why it's a good thing I save all of my recordings. The problem is I need help going through all of them and processing them. And I can't do that when there is a constant safety risk. One of those safety risks is not having the money to have my own roof. People want to treat me like trash because I broke some fucking windows. Well, guess what? I didn't have anyone to go in with me about the threats, harassment, and assaults in Chapel, Nebraska. And Scott DaCosta blew me off repeatedly when I tried to turn those things in. Now, Joan Hanson, the situation that I recorded and posted up already with her, you know what? It would have been nice to know that Scott DaCosta wasn't the one I was supposed to turn that into. And Scott DaCosta should have known that that's not the person I was supposed to turn them into. When I turned in the one against Ted Bollinger, I turned it into Scott DaCosta. And that's not the only one that I turned in. But in every one of these cases, I had to go in alone to do these things. Alone. Just me. No matter what. They want to continually change the rules, and that is the point. People want to argue with me. Well, go ahead, argue. I still have the evidence that shows that they keep on changing the rules. The rules are different for me than they are for them. When I try to turn in the cops, they want to call me mentally ill and question my competency. And then, magically, I'm competent when it comes to sentencing. Now, it is not against the law for me to speak out about these people. One of the things that Leslie wanted to complain about is that I took a picture of her and posted it up on a video about corruption involving her. Well, somehow it was magically okay for people to get on my Facebook and post my picture all over the place, isn't it? But do I have any help? No. Meanwhile, I'm being harmed over slander, and Leslie Snell is complaining that I'm telling the truth. I have been prevented from turning in Leslie Snell. I have been prevented from turning in Scott DaCosta. I have been prevented from turning in all of my predators because I always had to go in alone. I had to turn in the paperwork alone. I had to speak with these people alone. And obviously, they're not going to allow any actual evidence in the courtroom. It's her word versus mine. Now, it's obvious that I have spent more than 5 years trying to get help. More than 5 years wasting my resources to try to find a safe place where I can sit down and actually work on these things. And not have to go through all of this stuff in a very short amount of time while I'm constantly having to move. How many times have I moved? I've had to move 3 times just in the last 30 fucking days. 3 times in 30 days. Sorry, 4 times. Because I also lived in the fucking Walmart parking lot. Now, how am I going to do all of this stuff when I don't have the technical skills to do so? And they say, that's not our fault. It absolutely is their fault. It absolutely is their fault. Because I am in a constant state of panic, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I need help filling out this paperwork. See, going through and processing all of this is completely different from, all right, let's organize it and then reorganize it and then reorganize it and then reorganize it. No, I need to be able to process this information and safely turn it in. People will not argue with me. Oh, well, you know, how it's up, Maurice? I've needed help for the last 5 years. Someone go in with me and write a fucking police report. Now I'm supposed to be waiting on NAMI to call me back. I need help stopping the abuse, and that includes this judicial misconduct. They want to pretend these things are unrelated. I'm not allowed to bring up any of the crimes against me. None of them. None of them. I need help turning in the fucking crimes against me. I need help in person with these things. I don't need to be shipped around from one fucking goddamn phone number to another over and over and over again for fucking years. I need help stopping the abuse by Leslie Snell. I need help stopping the abuse by Scott DaCosta. People want to throw it in my face that I got kicked out of housing. I needed help. Jen Beebe was supposed to be that help. These people not doing their jobs is not my fault. It is not my choice. I am the one victimized by it. If I had had a goddamn advocate to go in with me, not somebody all the way in Lincoln. It would have made a difference. Jen Beebe was supposed to do that. All of these places that tell me that's not what they do, that's not what they do. It says on their websites that's what they do. I need to be able to turn in the crimes against Leslie Snell. I need to be able to turn in the crimes that she committed. I need to be able to turn in the crimes committed by, well, assholes like Scott DaCosta. I need to be able to turn these things in without threats, harassment, assaults, and being prevented from doing the things that I was doing. These people knew that I was trying to turn in a case against them. They have known this since 2018. I could not possibly turn in this stuff without help in person. Without help in person. In person. In person. I do not have the technical skills to do all of this shit. So I can't do it all over the fucking internet. I've been fucking trying for years. I have to be afraid of being threatened, harassed, assaulted, or blown off if I go in by myself, which I always have to do. If there was somebody there with me when I had to talk to Tara Smith, she might have taken the fucking situation seriously. If there was somebody who went in with me to talk to Penny Cooper, she might have taken the situation seriously. While they're dragging their goddamn asses about fucking housing, the situation where I got kicked out of housing was over the fact that I didn't have help. Does that scare you? Fucking assholes. On the bright side, after I've been trying to figure out how to do the editing thing so that I can take out just one small part, just the small parts with people's phone numbers and personal information. Today, I only had to wait on it for 4 hours. 4 hours. And it finally cut out the part with children's names in it so I could post up the court stuff. I don't know how to do any of this shit. The stuff that the judge should have explained to me, where he tells me I gotta get a lawyer. How the fuck am I gonna get a goddamn lawyer when all of my money is being fucking eaten up for trying to get somewhere safely away from those goddamn predators? Meanwhile, I do need to turn in those predators because the crimes that they have committed have cut me off repeatedly from resources and forced me into fucking panic attacks. On the bright side, Meg made phone calls for me, but Meg is not listening to me. She's busy making excuses for the people that were calling. That doesn't do me any good. Don't make excuses. When I said to her, hey, you know what? I need you to turn in what you know. She said, all I know is what you've told me. I said, that is not true. Did you or did you not make those calls to Kaplan with me? She admitted, yes, she made those calls to Kaplan with me. So obviously, she is a witness. Obviously, she is a witness to my intent. Me asking a question is not a threat against someone's life. Now, they make special reparations for these goddamn nut jobs who work in the courthouse. They're all friends with each other. It's a small fucking town. The situation with Judge Randon Rowland preventing me from being able to defend myself, and my fucking public pretender not doing his goddamn job. There needed to be someone there to protect my rights as a human fucking being, and they have not done so. you think that I should just shut up. No, I can speak out about corruption, no matter who it is. It is not against the law for me to speak out about corruption. It is not against the law for me to show pictures of my predators. People want to say, oh, well, you know, it's okay that these people did these things to you and pulled out just the little bits and pieces that they wanted to cherry pick because you posted it on your Facebook. Well, if somebody can take their cherry picking off of my Facebook, my entire Facebook needs to be shown instead of being abused out of context. Now, that judge, Mr. Weimer, wanted to claim that I said things that I didn't. He wanted to readjust the words and make it a statement. It's not even the same words that were said. Meanwhile, I personally believe that it is okay to piss on someone's grave. It is not against the law to say that you want to piss on someone's grave. This is a pretty white girl who wanted to use her children in order to gain sympathy. This is how things really work in western Nebraska. Matter of fact, this is the way that it works across the entire United States. Now, if Gabby Petito had killed Brian Laundrie, all of America would have been going, man, you know, that really sucks, you know, that poor girl, you know, she had to kill him, she had to. It's a fucking sexist society. You can see that on Facebook every day, where the Facebook rules, you can literally change one word, change the word women to men. If you say anything bad about women, then you can get Facebook banned for 30 days. If you say something bad about men, there's nothing wrong with it according to Facebook's rules. It's still sexist. So, of course, I still need help in person. See, that's the thing about Mandy Singer. She was able to help me with at least verifying stuff on the internet. That's to show you guys what's going on, because I don't have the editing skills or the fucking time. And that's the thing about them bombarding me with these goddamn court bullshit and sending me to prison, is because it eats up time and allows them to get away with their crimes. These are felonies that these asshats are committing. But I don't matter, do I? It doesn't matter how much evidence I post on the internet, I will never be allowed to show it in court. And then Joan Hanson wants to ask me about showing stuff. Well, didn't you get the opportunity? No, the fuck I didn't. The judge didn't care. The judge did not care that I did not have a safe place and that I was having a mental fucking breakdown. These are not my fucking choices. This is over the conditions that I'm living in. My conditions here are fine. The guy across the hall is a fucking asshole, but he's across the hall. When I see him, he goes one way, I go the other. No problem. The issue here is that Leslie Snell wants to pretend like I would hurt her. And the judge, of course, wants to give it to her because she's a pretty white girl who works in the courthouse. Doesn't want to look at any actual evidence. I'm speaking out about corruption, and Leslie Snell is a public official, all right? She works in a official capacity in the Dual County Sheriff's Department. It is not against the law for me to show what she looks like. She is a predator. What she did is predatory. What she did trying to give out my number is predatory. And the abuse that I have had to endure, including being incarcerated over crimes that were not committed. In order to protect my predators worked together, knowing full well that I was attempting to turn them in. They created a safety issue that forced me to travel to a different jurisdiction in order to process this stuff without being harmed. And meanwhile, all of these people who I have been telling you about are showing exactly what I've been telling you about. They change the laws based on who it is. I should not have to do these fucking things. I should not have to post it on the fucking internet. But without help, I just have to take it. And that's what you guys aren't understanding when you say I just need to let it go. No, what you are telling me is that I need to just lay down and take the abuse. Anytime that someone wants to assault me, I have to let them. I cannot record it or I'm a bad person. Fuck this goddamn country and everyone in it. I hope it burns to the ground. And no, that is not a threat. That is a hope. That is a wish. It'd be nice if there was a super flu that only targeted human beings and wiped us all off the planet. That would be nice. COVID is not strong enough. COVID is too weak. Of course, with our infrastructure going down the tubes right now, maybe we'll get a bunch of rats, we get a bunch of fleas, they get bubonic plague. Fuck this goddamn country.